Welcome to your Around the Peninsula. I'm Specialist Tyler Ferris. If conflict returns to the Korean Peninsula, forces will be engaged in urban warfare. Army Sergeant Keith Berghardt spent time on the range with a group of locked and loaded Katusas.
You will walk and you will continue to fire.
Headquarters and Headquarters Company, USAG Youngsun, conducted reflexive fire training.
Your goal is to get as many rounds inside the circle or square possible.
But what made this training important?
Our unit is about 2/3 Katusa. Out of 130 soldiers, 85 of them are actually Katusa soldiers. And the significance of that, at least in my opinion, is that Katusa soldiers probably hasn't had a chance to be exposed to some of this training.
This is like first time for me to actually feel like I'm engaging the enemy while, shooting while walking or shooting the target like right in front of it. It was really different and it was actually really fun for me.
This is totally different from what they are normally used to. Being outside their comfort zone, they did exceptionally well, and I would trust them to help defend us at any time.
A trust reinforced through training. Army Sergeant Keith Berghardt, Georgia Range, Korea.
HHC Katusas were required to qualify expert with their assigned weapons before conducting the reflexive fire training. For some, living in a new environment can be difficult. Katusa Corporal Young Sok Do shows us how one soldier goes through some unique experiences on Camp Stanley.
Is there room for this? 304th Expeditionary Signal Battalion soldiers are packing and loading equipment before rolling out to relocate the entire unit from Camp Stanley to Camp Humphreys. This move is very different from any other.
It's more entire unit is moving all their equipment down to Camp Humphreys, so we have a lot of moving pieces and a lot of equipment that has to be accounted for, and we have to take care of this all while we move it to Camp Humphreys.
Okay. His primary mission today is to be one of the convoy drivers down to Camp Humphreys.
Make sure you stay alert. Is one of my soldiers. He's been here for a while and knows his equipment. He's a very smart kid, very good head on his shoulders, and very positive.
I'm excited about the move, yet a little bit nervous because we're going all the way down to a new area. I've heard really good things about there, but it's still new to me, so it's going to take a little time to get used to it.
The 304th ESP's move is teaching soldiers like Private First Class Martinez another important skill of how to adjust to a new environment. Katusa Corporal Young Sok Do, Camp Stanley, Korea.
The 304th ESB relocation will centralize the whole battalion to Camp Humphreys to improve their mission capabilities. When a lion sets his sights on his prey and moves in for the kill, the prey has only two options. Army Sergeant Luther Washington shows us how the body and mind can effectively change a dangerous situation.
According to the Department of Defense, active duty female personnel make up nearly 15% of the more than 1.4 million armed forces. Of that number, 1 in 3 women is a victim of sexual assault.
I'm actually a victim of sexual assault, and when I was put into that situation, the individual, he came to my car one night when I was leaving for work, and at that point I was completely terrified.
The Osan Sexual Assault Prevention Response Team, or SART, recently held a self-defense class aimed at teaching women how to protect themselves.
If anybody's ever in a situation where somebody's making them uncomfortable, we like to give them the tools to be able to fend off an attacker and to protect themselves before the situation escalates.
The class is based on the fundamentals of Taekwondo, and although no one walks away with a black belt, students can learn certain techniques which allow them to use their bodies as an effective weapon.
We teach wrist locks, joint manipulation. If you're using your whole body momentum against just their wrist, then you can easily overpower your attacker, and that's what they're learning in this class.
The class not only helps students to defend themselves, but it also teaches them to be alert and prepared at all times.
Anybody can be attacked anytime, any place. I hate to say it, but it's one of those things where A lot of times society teaches us if we check certain boxes, like we don't go out late at night, or we're locked up in our dorm room even, you think you're safe.
Many of the students adapt pretty quickly, but for one student, it's more than just learning techniques.
I feel like if I would have taken this course prior to that, I would have been able to defend myself.
There's one element that anyone taking this class can walk away with.
Just a sense of confidence that they can protect themselves.
With the OSAN self-defense class, no one has to be just another number. Army Sergeant Luther Washington, OSAN Air Base, Korea.
The OSAN Sexual Assault Prevention Response Office also offers victim advocacy training. Students graduate from Daegu High School and leave the community to follow their dreams. Army Sergeant Kingston Dillard tells how a former student turned entertainer comes home to Daegu and gives back to the community.
A finalist from Rolling Stone magazine's Street to Stage music competition traveled to Camp Walker to perform before his father and former high school.
It's nice. It's heartwarming. It's reestablishing his contact with this community. It's a good thing.
Wesley Cook, a 1999 graduate of Daegu High School, was recently nominated by the Georgia Music Awards for the Best Alternative Band. This was a rare opportunity for his father, who teaches at Daegu High School, to experience his music live.
It's a very special feeling, especially because there have been years between the last time he saw me. I have progressed a lot, as a singer, as a guitar player. I think I've come a long way, and it was a good feeling for him to see that.
Wesley later took his brand of entertainment before an audience of soldiers, family, and friends at Camp Walker's Hilltop Club.
I have enormous respect for military people abroad protecting our country, and it's a very important job, and I don't really know if they're recognized enough. And that's how I personally feel about it. I don't know, it's just been a real spiritual, it's been a very loaded experience for me. It's just been really cool. I'll just never forget it.
This was the first time Wesley's father viewed his son's performance live in Korea. Army Sergeant Kingston Dillard, Camp Walker, Korea.
Thank you very much.
Wesley Cook will perform at the Peach Drop in Atlanta, Georgia this New Year's Eve. Does the idea of chemical bonds between atoms sound foreign to you? Air Force Staff Sergeant Jennifer Stye explains how learning chemistry can be fun.
Go to the very top one. They try on masks and mop gear.
Oh yeah, Urkel.
But these aren't service members. Chemistry students from Osan American High School are on a field trip learning how chemistry is applied to everyday life.
I'm hoping that the fact that they're seeing real-world applications, real people, that this is what they do for a living, will bring a lot more connection, integrate chemistry more than just protons and electrons and neutrons and mixing some solutions here and there.
Getting out of the classroom is fun for the students.
I was just really excited about actually getting to see all the chemicals and stuff, and actually smelling them and stuff. And then the gear, getting into it, that was actually pretty cool.
I think it's better to be informed because knowledge is power, like they say in Schoolhouse Rock. But if you don't know something, it's even worse because it could be anything to you and you're just going to assume the worst thing possible. But how we know what it smells like the musty hay or the geraniums, then we can figure out, oh, it's this chemical and I'll only have 10 minutes to get out.
They aren't just getting a chemistry lesson, they're learning a little about the service members here at Osan.
At first, because we had an exercise where everyone dressed up and they were walking around base, I was like, that's a little weird. But now I understand why they do it, and I feel very protected, and I respect them a lot.
They also go as far as to learn the science of an MRE. Air Force Staff Sergeant Jennifer Stye, Osan Air Base, Korea.
The field trip to the emergency management flight provided a hands-on chemistry lesson as well as an appreciation for service members. That was your Around the Peninsula for December 27th, 2012. From all of us at AFN, enjoy your evening.